cheering on their own NFL team inside a stadium that looks just like the one you just saw. It was an artist sketch showing fans of a stadium possibly to be built in Inglewood. Now, the owner of the St. Louis Rams says he's ready to build that very stadium.
For details, let's go to Eric Spillman.
I think there he is.
Hi, Eric.
Hi, guys. We're hanging out here at Randy's Donuts here in Inglewood, talking to people about the story in the LA Times. They are reporting that the owner of the St. Louis Rams wants to build an NFL stadium right here in Inglewood, down the street from where we're standing, right across the street from the Forum. The man that we're talking about, his name is Stan Kroenke, and he's a pretty wealthy guy. He's worth about $5 or $6 billion. He owns the St. Louis Rams. He also owns 60 acres of land right next to the Forum in Inglewood. It's an empty parking lot that he bought about a year ago. Now, the LA Times is reporting that Kroenke has teamed up with the owners of what used to be the Hollywood Park racetrack right next door, and together they plan to build an 80,000-seat NFL stadium and a 6,000-seat performance venue right there in Inglewood. The owners of the Hollywood Park land are calling it the City of Champions project. It's got retail, office space, housing, hotels, and now a plan to build a football stadium as well. Now, the timing of this is all very interesting. The St. Louis Rams, they're not so happy at their current stadium in St. Louis. They think it's old, they think it's outdated, and the Rams can modify their lease later this month. They can sort of get out of their lease at the end of the month. So if you believe all this, it could mean that the Rams are heading back to the LA area. They left here in 1994 along with the Raiders, and we haven't had an NFL team since. The NFL says the earliest any team could move to LA is 2016. If the Rams do plan to come back, the theory is that they could play at the Rose Bowl or the Coliseum until the Inglewood Stadium is done in 2018. Now, the people who want to build this new stadium say they are serious about getting it done, but LA football fans have heard this all before. We've been through this so many times, though, where people say they're going to do this and then we don't get anything.
You're absolutely right, but, you know, that's the nature of business. They dangle a carrot in front of our faces, and we don't know whether or not they're going to come through or not.
Well, you're hoping.
I'm hoping. I like football.
You know, they keep talking about it, you know, for the last couple of years or so. You know, we'll see what happens. Well, I hope it does.
All right, so if you're a fan, you're hopeful, you've been desperate for football here for quite some time, but you know the history of all this, which is that teams, when they don't like the situation that they're in their current city and their lease is about to expire, they use the threat of going to LA as leverage. Could that be happening this time, or is it the real deal? We're going to have to wait. We'll send it back to you.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Eric Spillman. 6:11 is the time. Coming up, LA sports superstars pay tribute to a charismatic sportscaster.